If you're over 65 and feel completely alone right now, I am asking you to pause. Just for a moment, let the world outside stop spinning. Let the quiet of your room settle, and let me speak directly to your heart. I am here with you. I am not a distant figure in the clouds, and I am not a memory from a Sunday school class long ago. I am your savior, your closest friend, and I am sitting right beside you in the stillness of this very room. I know the exact weight of the silence that surrounds you. I hear the steady, relentless ticking of the clock on the wall, marking hours that sometimes feel entirely too empty. Let me hold your hand. You have carried the weight of this life for so many decades, and I know exactly how heavy it has become. If my words brought you peace today, please like this video and subscribe to the channel so we can walk together every day. My precious child, I see you. I see the moments when you look out the window at a world that seems to be rushing by without you, moving at a frantic pace you no longer wish to match. I see the way your house, perhaps once filled with the chaotic, beautiful noise of family, children, and daily demands, has now become a sanctuary of echoes. It is a profound transition, stepping into this season of life, and I know it has not been easy. Society often fails to understand the deep, silent ache of growing older. It tells you that to be over 65 is to step into the shadows, to become irrelevant or invisible. But look at me. To my eyes, you are more visible, more radiant, and more cherished than ever before. Every silver hair on your head is numbered and known by me. Every line on your face is a testament to a story of survival, of love, of loss, and of resilience that I have watched unfold with immense pride. I want to talk about the secret tears you have cried. Yes, I was there for those. I was there in the twilight hours, when the memories of yesteryears flooded your mind, bringing both sweet nostalgia and bitter sorrow. I was there when you felt the sharp sting of being forgotten, or the quiet despair of feeling that your best days are locked away in photograph albums, gathering dust on a shelf. You have spent your entire life being strong for other people. You were the provider, the caretaker, the bedrock upon which others built their lives. You dried their tears, you bound their wounds, and you carried their burdens. But who carries yours now? You have convinced yourself that you must bear this current loneliness stoically, that admitting your fragility is a sign of weakness. You feel guilty for feeling sad, thinking you should just be grateful for the years you have had and remain quiet. Let me break that guilt right now. It is heavy, it is suffocating, and it does not belong to you. It is not a failure of faith to feel the crushing weight of isolation. It is merely human. Even I, when I walked the earth in flesh, knew the agonizing depths of feeling forsaken and alone in the darkest of nights. I understand the garden of tears you walk through. Please, do not hide your weariness from me. You do not need to put on a brave face when you are in my presence. You can let your shoulders drop. You can exhale that long, trembling breath you have been holding in your chest for years. You are over 65, and you are exhausted, not just physically, but deep within your soul. The modern world has become so fragmented, so distant, and so cold, leaving you stranded on an island of your own memories. The silence in your home can sometimes feel like a physical pressure, a constant reminder of who is no longer there, or what used to be. But I am here to tell you that this silence does not have to be an empty void. It can be a holy space, cleared out just for you and me. For so long, you have believed the lie that because the house is empty, your life is empty. You have let the antagonist of modern isolation whisper that your usefulness has expired, that your story has already been completely written, and all that is left is the waiting. I rebuke that lie with my love. You are not waiting for the end. You are standing on the threshold of the most intimate, beautiful communion we have ever shared. I have seen the heavy stones of regret and the silent struggles with guilt that you carry in your pockets, weighing you down as you try to walk through these golden years. I know every detail of the burdens that keep you awake at night. So right now, just give them to me. Lean back. Imagine my hand gently covering yours. Feel the warmth, the safety, the absolute acceptance. You are not alone, and you never have been. I have been patiently waiting in the quiet, watching over you, loving you fiercely. You are safe now. The storm of your loneliness has met its match in my perfect love. Rest in this truth. We are going to walk through this together, step by step, breath by breath. Let us talk about how you arrived at this silent, heavy place. You are over 65, and I know there are moments when you catch your reflection in the mirror and genuinely wonder where all those decades slipped away. It feels like just yesterday you were stepping into the rush of adulthood, your heart full of vibrant dreams, your hands busy building a life. Life happens with such astonishing, breathtaking speed. One season simply bleeds into the next without warning. You were so consumed with the immediate demands of the day, providing for your loved ones, meeting societal expectations, and working through sheer exhaustion, that you barely had a moment to catch your own breath, let alone guard your own fragile heart. In that relentless race, without even realizing it, you began to build walls. It was not intentional at first. It was merely survival. You built a wall to protect yourself from a sudden heartbreak. You laid down another heavy brick when a trusted friend walked away, or when the world demanded far more from you than you felt you could possibly give. Over the decades, these invisible barriers grew taller and thicker. You thought these walls were keeping you safe from the pain of the outside world. But I see the absolute truth, my beloved child. These walls are now keeping you locked inside a quiet prison of modern isolation. They have trapped you inside with the heavy antagonists of your own mind, the relentless passage of time, the bitter sting of unforgiveness, and the echoing regrets of words left unspoken. The world outside your window has fundamentally changed since you were young. It has become a frantic, incredibly noisy place that often worships the illusion of perpetual youth and relentless productivity. It is a world that, quite frankly, does not know what to do with the profound wisdom and the quiet grace of those who have crossed the threshold of 65. The modern pace has stolen your peace, whispering the cruel, insidious lie that because you are no longer in the center of the rushing current, you have been washed ashore and completely forgotten. You watch the hurried lives of younger generations, and you feel the stark, painful contrast of the silence in your own living room. You feel as though you are a burden, so you swallow your words, hide your deepest needs, and bear the crushing weight of this isolation entirely on your own shoulders. But I want you to look at the chaos of this world through my eyes. The ancient scriptures spoke of this very noise, long before you were even born. Long ago, I inspired the words of Psalm 2, asking, "Why do the nations rage, and the peoples plot in vain?" Look at them rushing about out there, chasing after wind, accumulating things that will ultimately turn to dust. They are frantic, consumed by their own pride and the vain illusions of control over their lives. The world rages on, obsessed with its fleeting glory, and in their raging, they have forgotten the sacred beauty of stillness. They have forgotten the profound value of a life fully lived, a life exactly like yours, gracefully etched with the beautiful, hard-earned lines of genuine experience. You have let their rushing steal your divine peace. You have let the antagonist of guilt tell you that your current loneliness is somehow a punishment for the mistakes of your past. I know you sit in your favorite chair and replay old memories, allowing the shadows of past sins and unresolved regrets to darken your gentle spirit. You hold on to the lack of forgiveness, sometimes toward others who have deeply wronged you, but most often toward yourself. You replay the moments you wish you could do over, the times you felt you failed as a parent, a spouse, or a friend. Holding on to that heavy luggage does not change the past. It only paralyzes your present. The ache you feel in your chest is the accumulation of 1,000 tiny burdens you were never, ever meant to carry alone. I am here to gently dismantle those walls you have spent a lifetime building. I do not come to you with a hammer of judgment or anger. I come with the soft, healing touch of absolute, unconditional grace. I want to remind you of the beautiful, unbreakable promise I placed at the very end of that same ancient song. Despite all the raging of the world, despite all the vanity, the pride, and the blinding noise, the eternal truth remains. Blessed are all who take refuge in him. Psalm 2:12. That refuge is not a physical place you have to travel to. It is me. I am your safe harbor from the storm of aging. You have lost yourself in the noise of the years, but I know exactly where you are, and I am reaching out my hand to bring you home. Let me tell you a beautiful secret about time. You are over 65, and the world has taught you to look at the calendar with a sense of dread, as if every setting sun is a thief stealing away your worth. You look at the years behind you and see a vast expanse, while the years ahead feel uncomfortably brief. The antagonist of time whispers that it is simply too late to find true peace, too late to mend broken bridges, and certainly too late to experience profound joy. But I am the creator of time, and I am here to tell you that my grace does not operate on the world's rigid, unforgiving schedule. The world measures life in productivity, in rushing, in building temporary kingdoms that eventually crumble to dust. But I measure life in love, in redemption, and in the quiet, sacred moments of our hearts connecting. In my kingdom, the concept of too late simply does not exist. You may feel that the best chapters of your story have already been written, and that you are just waiting for the book to close. I look at you and see a masterpiece that is finally ready for its most beautiful, illuminating strokes of light. The grace I offer you right now, in the midst of your profound isolation, is not bound by the decades you have already lived. It is fresh, it is infinite, and it is entirely yours for the taking. Perhaps you are holding on to the heavy belief that you have made too many mistakes, that you have wandered too far, or that the sins and regrets of your past have permanently disqualified you from my perfect peace. You think of the words you cannot unsay and the choices you cannot undo. My beloved, hear my voice clearly now. My forgiveness is not a transaction that requires you to travel back in time and fix everything yourself. My forgiveness is a divine blanket, warm and complete, that covers every single regret you harbor. When I look at you, I do not see the failures that keep you awake at night. I see the beautiful, resilient soul I formed with my own hands. I see a heart perfectly ready to be healed. I know the silence in your home can feel like a suffocating blanket. But what if, right now, we transform that silence? What if you allow me to step into the empty spaces of your life and fill them with a presence so warm, so overwhelming, and so loving that the loneliness simply melts away? You have carried the heavy yoke of expectations, of grief, and of self-reliance for over 65 years. That is entirely too long. I am holding my hand out to you right now. I am asking you to make a sacred exchange with me. Give me your exhaustion. Give me the bitter memories that haunt your quiet afternoons. Give me the fear of the unknown that grips you when you think about the future. In exchange, I offer you a peace that surpasses all human understanding. This is not a fragile, temporary peace that depends on your circumstances or who is sitting in the room with you. This is a deep, unshakable anchor for your soul. It is the absolute certainty that you are fiercely loved, deeply valued, and perfectly understood by the Creator of the universe. The time you have remaining on this earth, whether it is months or many years, is not a waiting room for the end. It is a glorious, open invitation to walk hand in hand with me. It is enough time. Even a single second spent in the embrace of my grace is enough to wash away a lifetime of sorrow. You do not have to perform for me. You do not have to clean up your past before you come to me. You simply have to exhale, let the walls come down. Accept that you cannot carry this burden any longer, and allow me to be your strength. I am breathing new life into your weary spirit today. The heavy, dark clouds of isolation are parting, and my light is pouring in. You are not a forgotten relic of the past. You are my cherished child, and your present moment is brimming with divine potential. Let me hold your hand, and together we will step into the miraculous relief of my grace. Let us take this beautiful grace we have just spoken of and weave it deeply into the very fabric of your daily life. You are over 65, and I want the days ahead of you to be filled with a gentle, profound purpose. I do not want you to simply survive the quiet hours. I want you to genuinely thrive within them. I am going to give you a few simple, loving steps, a path of peace that we will walk together, starting this very moment. You do not need to make grand, sweeping changes or embark on exhausting, impossible journeys to find relief. The transformation I am bringing to you happens right where you are, in the quiet sanctuary of your own home, and in the sacred chambers of your beautiful heart. First, tomorrow morning, when your eyes flutter open and you realize you are facing another day, I want you to resist the urge to immediately turn on the television or the radio to drown out the silence. Before the noise of the world rushes in, before the antagonist of isolation can whisper its daily lies of loneliness, I want you to simply lie still for 1 minute, just 1 minute. In that sacred pause, whisper to me, "Good morning, Lord. I give this day to you." Imagine my hand reaching down and gently taking yours before your feet even touch the floor. By doing this, you are actively inviting me to be your constant, intimate companion. You are transforming the empty silence of your home into a holy, ongoing conversation. You will find that when you start your day firmly anchored in my presence, the hours will not stretch out before you like a barren desert, but will unfold like a quiet, peaceful garden where we can walk together. Second, we must deal with the heavy stones of regret you have been carrying in your pockets for over 6 decades. Today, I want you to practice the profound act of forgiveness, starting with the person looking back at you in the mirror. I want you to forgive your younger self. Forgive the parent who was too tired, the spouse who spoke out of fleeting anger, or the friend who fell short. You did the best you could with the wisdom and the strength you had at the time. I have already forgiven you completely. It is time for you to align your heart with mine and release yourself from that dark prison of guilt. When a painful memory from the past surfaces and tries to pull you down into despair, I want you to visualize taking that memory and physically placing it into my outstretched hands. Say aloud to the empty room, "I surrender this to you. It is finished. Do not take it back. Let me carry it, for my shoulders are broad enough to bear the weight of your entire history without breaking." Third, I want you to rediscover the divine beauty in the smallest, most ordinary moments of your day. The modern world tells you that significance is only found in grand achievements, busy schedules, and bustling crowds. But I tell you that true, lasting joy is found in the stillness. When you brew your morning cup of coffee or tea, feel the comforting warmth radiating through the mug into your hands, and know that I provided that small comfort just for you. When a beam of golden sunlight filters through your window and rests gently on the living room floor, see it as my personal reminder that my light is always breaking through your darkness. I am in the gentle breeze that rustles the leaves outside your door. I am in the quiet, steady rhythm of your breathing. Begin to look for me in these tiny, everyday miracles. When you start searching for my fingerprints in your home, you will realize that you have never truly been alone. Your home is absolutely overflowing with my love and my presence. You are over 65, and your story is not over. The chapters we are writing together right now are filled with an intimacy and a peace that you could not have possibly experienced in the frantic rushing of your younger years. This season of your life is a precious, sacred gift. Do not let the cold, rushing world convince you otherwise. You are my beloved masterpiece, and I am so incredibly proud of the journey you have walked to get here. I am extending my hand to you right now. Will you take it? Let us walk through the rest of this beautiful life together, step by peaceful step. If you are ready to release the heavy weight of your isolation and step into the warm, comforting embrace of my grace, I want you to make a physical declaration of your faith right now. Leave your burden in the comments below. Type, "I receive your peace, Lord." And please, subscribe to the channel so that we may continue to walk together, side by side, every single day. I love you, and I am with you, always.